Hi there, I'm Chef Eric Crowley and I own the Culinary classroom in West Los Angeles. One of the questions that I often get from my students is what is the proper way to hold a knife, especially when you're first starting out cooking in a kitchen, either at home or professionally. Probably the most common grip is utilized with the most essential knife in a kitchen, and that is a chef's knife. And a lot of my students, when they first come into the classroom, will wind up holding the knife like this, way back at the end of the handle. And while that might be very acceptable in a lot of applications, you'll find that if you actually bring your hand up on the knife, you'll actually have a little bit more control on it. Middle ring and pinky finger around the handle, thumb and forefinger around the back of the blade. And then that way you'll have a really nice good balance, kind of like choking up on a baseball bat is a really great way to give a good analogy on that. So that is the most common way to hold a knife. Sometimes I'll have students ask me, is it okay if I put my finger on top like that? For me, that's absolutely fine. What you want to avoid is having your finger hang down here so it doesn't come in contact with the blade. You want to bring your finger on up and curl it around like that. You will have a little gap between your forefinger and your middle finger right here. And you may find as you start to hold it, you might feel a little bit of awkwardness here in the wrist. That's totally normal as you start to get more comfortable with it. You'll also loosen up your grip too. A person's normal reaction is to white knuckle it when they're first starting out just because it's something new. And as you get comfortable with it, you'll actually loosen up your grip, but still keep the middle ring and pinky finger around the handle and the thumb and forefinger around the blade. The other common knife that is utilized a lot in the kitchen is the paring knife. And paring knife is most often held in the same fashion to a certain extent. Middle ring and pinky finger around the handle, thumb and forefinger around the back of the blade like this. And then that way, if you're going to wind up cutting something or if you're going to slice something like that, you can easily do so. And those are the most common ways to hold a knife.